Continue our coverage of SAA. To the disappointment of opposition parties, South African Airways has been given yet another bailout, or not, whatever you want to call it. But what about the business rescue plan passed in June? Heidi Jakos is following that story for us. She joins us now live. So Heidi, Treasury has allocated 10.5 billion for SAA, but this isn't available right now.
Exactly, Shahan. We understand that 10.5 billion rand will only be available for SAA business rescue practitioners in January. So the big hurdle here is where is SAA and these business rescue practitioners going to get this funding? We understand that government and the business rescue practitioners are having conversations with banks. Of course, this has not been forthcoming until government said that they are going to guarantee that debt. So we understand from the Department of Public Enterprises today, they said to us that these conversations have advanced. They're at advanced stages now because of the announcement yesterday by Finance Minister Tito Mboweni. But the big question is here, will workers need to wait even longer to find out whether or not they're going to get their VSPs, when they are going to get their VSPs, given the fact that over 2,000 workers applied for voluntary severance packages. But the department says that they are confident the banks will give that bridging finance and it will come within the coming weeks. Let's listen to the department today.
We have been engaging with the banks for quite some time now. As you know, government had come out a couple of weeks back, I think it's end of July, to basically say that the business cannot be allowed to go into liquidation. And those discussions had been going well with the banks, and some of them had adopted a wait-and-see approach to see how yesterday MTBP's statement will go. So we believe that would give impetus to the discussions we are having with the banks.
Now, the department also saying a new board and CEO will be appointed soon, but the airline is still in the hands of business rescue practitioners.
Exactly, Shahan. Who will the business rescue practitioners hand the airline back to? We know that there is an interim CEO currently, and the department is indicating that in the next coming days, they will announce the new board and new management. Of course, this is extremely imperative in creating stability within the airline. We know that there's been a roving door in terms of the CEOs at the airline, the board as well. A number of board members have resigned, come and gone. So the department needs to make sure they have a stable management team to ensure that the airline, the new airline, kicks off and the money that's been allocated is not looted or spent wrongly.
So the plan is also for the new airline to start in Jan. How realistic will this be if funding isn't available yet? Exactly.
So the Department of Public Enterprises confirmed to us today that the airline will kickstart in January. Well, this is the hope of the Minister Gordon. So we understand that they want to kickstart this in January, but there's no funding available currently because they have to wait for National Treasury to give that to them in January, or they have to wait for the bridging money that's going to come from the banks. But that will of course prioritize operation money for the SAA now and for those VSPs that need to be paid to workers. The department is quite enthusiastic about the airline starting in January, despite the fact that aviation globally is on its knees and demand is very low. They are saying the new structure of the airline will accommodate whatever comes their way, even if the pandemic is ongoing and demand is quite low. They say the structure of this new airline will accommodate whatever comes their way. Let's listen to that.
My minister has spoken about January next year as the date that we are aiming for to get SAA brand up in the air again. In the interim, we have planned for Mango to do flying on behalf of SAA. And you are correct, there's still a lot of uncertainty in terms of how the pandemic is going to pan out. But we really believe that we have a plan that is flexible enough to accommodate what may happen with the pandemic going forward.
All right, we'll leave it right there. Heidi Jakos.